let's have the more properties of hyperbola. So we had discussed this one. We will use this one, the standard equation x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared is equal to 1 if our hyperbola is horizontal, where a is the distance from the center to the vertex, while the b is the distance from the center to the co-vertex. So the point from vertex 1 to vertex 2, that's the transverse axis. Whether it is smaller than the counterpart nga axis, basta naa di ang endpoints ato ang vertices, we call it transverse axis. While its counterpart, the kaning nga distance, which is b unit away from the center or the covert endpoints of the co-vertices. So this is the conjugate axis, which is vertical this time. We will use this one, y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared is equal to 1 if our hyperbola is vertical. Take note, the positive sign here in the vertical hyperbola is at the y part of the equation, while ang negative is nasa x part. So kung positive ang iyang y part, ang iyang denominator will be the a or a squared, while ang sa negative x squared naman, mo pud ang iyang denominator will be the b squared. While diri sa ato ang horizontal hyperbola, the positive sign is at the y part, therefore ang a squared na dito ang iyahang nasa dito sa x part. Okay, so we have also examples where our hyperbola is not at the origin and it is represented by hk. So if that's the case, we will use x minus h quantity squared over a squared minus y minus k squared is equal to b squared over b squared is equal to 1, where our transverse axis is horizontal and the conjugate axis is vertical. And we will use this one, y minus k quantity squared over a squared minus x minus h quantity squared over b squared is equal to 1 if our hyperbola is vertical, where our transverse axis is also vertical while the conjugate axis is horizontal. Take note, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, or c, that's the distance from the center to the focus. So c is equal to square root of a squared plus b squared.